EA Sports. It's in the game.
Here we are at Calcutta for the one-day international between India and Bangladesh. And you had a look at the pitch a little earlier, Jim. How was it?
Good morning, Richie, and good morning, everyone. If I was a seam bowler, I'd be raring to go, having looked at this pitch. The ball will move around a lot, and the bounce won't be consistent either. Keep the ball in the right place, and the wickets will tumble. It's unlikely that many runs will be scored, so every one of them will be vital. If it was my decision, I'd have to bowl first. Well, that appears to be the state of the pitch. Back to you, Richie.
Manjurul Islam has the new ball for Bangladesh. That's the first boundary for Ganguly. Right off the middle of the bat.
Well, he really hit that a long way. Exciting stuff.
It's straight at Mushfiqur Rahman. Ganguly moves into double figures with those runs. Hit down the ground beautifully by Ganguly.
The bowler put that right in his favourite area.
There it goes. Ganguly has moved into the 20s and is starting to look far more relaxed. Nine overs are left in the innings. First boundary for Tendulkar. right off the middle of the bat.
The fielder just watched it, going, going, going.
Tendulkar moves into double figures with those runs. It's straight at Mehrab Hossain. Safely pouched by Asiful Hossain.
It took an age to come down. The batsman really skied that one.
Tendulkar has gone for 14. Laxman is the new batsman for India. 17 runs came from that over for India. The new batsman won't face for the time being. One more to Sunbury's. Stopped in the covers. That's the first runs of the day for Laxman. He's worked that into the gap. Batsmen are after 2. Fielded in the deep by Amanul Islam. Manjurul Islam at the start of his run-up. Stopped by Amanul Islam. It's straight at Amanul Islam. 7 overs are left in the innings. Asiful Hossain to bowl the last of his allotted overs. Asiful Hossain to bowl to Ganguly. Stopped by Amanul Islam. That's straight up in the air. That went a long way back into the stands.
That's a demoralising sight for any bowler, seeing the ball sail over the fence.
Out
slight fumble, but safely taken in the end.
So then, that's the end of Ganguly.
That's poor batting. He lost his concentration and paid for it with his wicket.
Dravid is the new batsman. Dravid takes guard. That's the first boundary for Dravid. Dravid facing. Hit straight at Javed Omar. So there was 11 off that over.
The captain needs to think about saving some of his best bowlers' overs for the closing stages of the innings.
We're about to see the first bowling change. It's high in the air. That's the first boundary for Blacksman. Stopped by Mushfiqur Rahman. He's worked that into the gap. That's the end of the fifth over.
The captain needs to think about saving some of his best bowlers' overs for the closing stages of the innings.
We're going to see the off-spin of Amanul Islam. He's worked that into the gap. Dravid waiting at the striker's end. It's high in the air. Dravid really takes advantage of anything over pitch.
That looked like 4 the moment he struck it.
Well played, but the fielder will cut that one off. Laxman waiting at the striker's end. Amanul Islam to Dravid. That over helped the run rate somewhat.
The captain shouldn't really use up all of his best bowlers' overs at such an early stage of the innings.
Played into the gap. Dravid moves into double figures with those runs. Laxman waiting at the striker's end. Hit straight to a fielder. He's worked that into the gap. That takes him into double figures. Can't afford to bowl out of there.
He dispatched that for 4 with great confidence.
Dravid is now facing. Those runs will go down in the book as extras. He really struck that well.
The bowler doesn't look too happy about it. There might be a little bit more in the next one.
Dravid has moved into the 20s and is starting to look far more relaxed. 3 overs are left for India. Played into the gap. Emanul Islam at the start of his run-up. Oh, he's put it down.
He seemed to lose sight of that ball and was out of position when it arrived.
Emanul Islam to Dravid. Emanul Islam at the start of his run-up. It's high in the air. Really looks in fine nick today.
Lovely front foot shot. Head over the ball, wrists in front of the bat as he played through the line.
It's high in the air. He watched that onto the bat perfectly.
Cracking shot. He's in great form.
Laxman is now facing. One more to Sundries. He's really given that a whack. 6 runs. These two have now put on 50 for the 3rd wicket. Emanul Islam at the start of his run-up. Didn't quite get hold of that one properly. 2 overs are left for India. There's a change in the bowling for Bangladesh. Superb shot. Really looks in fine nick today.
Oh, great shot. That was a pleasure to see.
Play it away with comfort. Mehrab Hossain to Laxman. He's worked that into the gap. Laxman has now moved into the 20s. Laxman waiting at the striker's end. It's high in the air. A nice shot, but it won't make it to the boundary. So there was 9 off that over. We're about to see a change in the bowling. goes. Beautifully played.
Well, that was a pretty poor delivery. It just sat up and asked to be smashed.
That's too short, and it's been dispatched for 4. Magnificently cut away for 4 by Dravid.
That was a really good shot. He looks in top form out there.
What a superb catch that is.
A slight fumble, but safely taken in the end.
Dravid is making his way back to the pavilion.
He looked in good form out there. He'll be disappointed that he didn't get a bigger score.
The next batsman is Badani. That's straight up in the air. That was sheer power.
Well, he really hit that a long way. Exciting stuff.
Mushfiqur Rahman to bowl to Badani. That's a great shot. Badani moves into double figures with those runs. That's a good shot. He's timing the ball perfectly today.
He picked his spot well there. A glorious boundary.
At the end of the innings, India have scored 3 for 137. Let's take a look at how the innings has gone so far. So they need 138 to win from 60 balls. Javed Omar is off the mark. Mehrab Hossain is off the mark. Good bowling from Srinath. Has just paddled around the corner. Played into the gap. Stopped by Dravid. 9 overs are left for Bangladesh. Khan to begin a new over. The required run rate is looking more and more out of reach here. Hit straight to a fielder. He's got it into the gap. The batsmen are looking for 2. The batsmen are in trouble here. Foolish running. That's simply throwing wickets away.
It might have been a risky run, but the pick-up and throw were sensational.
Mehrab Hossain goes for only 3.
He wasn't there for very long, as his score shows.
Habibul Bashar is the new batsman. Khan to Habibul Bashar. very good over. Only one offered in the end. Srinath bowled the last of his allotted overs. The required run rate is looking more and more out of reach here. It's straight to a fielder. He's got it into the gap. Those are the first runs for Habibul Bashar. Played into the gap. He's worked that into the gap. Seven overs are left in the innings. The required run rate is looking more and more out of reach here. It's straight at Ganguly. Javed Omar waiting at the striker's end. Khan to bowl to Javed Omar. Tucked off his legs. He's got it into the gap. Six overs are left in the innings. There's a change in the bowling with the off-spin of Singh. The required run rate is looking more and more out of reach here. Played into the gap. The batsmen are after two. Habibul Bashar facing. Singh to bowl to Habibul Bashar. Played into the gap, stopped by Laxman. I think he was easily back in the crease there. We're going to need the third umpire for this one. So then, that's the end of Javed Omar. Aminul Islam is the next batsman in. Bangladesh, 2 down now for 16. He didn't stray far from his crease, but that was all the keeper needed. So then, that's the end of Aminul Islam.
A first ball duck, all that way just for one ball.
Akram Khan is the next man in. He didn't stray far from his crease, but that was all the keeper needed.
Swift work by the keeper. The batsman was only just out of his ground.
So then, that's the end of Akram Khan.
Out first ball. He might just as well have stayed in the dressing room.
The next man in is Naima Rahman. Singh on a hat-trick. That's the end of the fifth over.
Bangladesh have made a slow start here, so they need to up the scoring rate if they want to set anything like a proper target.
And we have a change of bowling. The required run rate is looking more and more out of reach here. He's worked that into the gap. He looked as if he was home to me. Naima Rahman waiting at the striker's end. Those are the first runs for Naima Rahman. He's worked that into the gap. The batsmen are coming back for a second. Trouble here. There's a mix-up with the batsman. It never looked like being a run there.
It might have been a risky run, but the pick-up and throw were sensational.
Naima Rahman goes for only 3.
He wasn't there for very long, as his score shows.
The next man in is Khaled Mashood. 4 overs are left in the innings. The new batsman won't have to face just yet. The required run rate is looking more and more out of reach here. Ooh, that looked quite nasty. Habibul Bashar facing. It's straight at Sriram. There's a mix-up with the batsman. I think he was easily back in the crease there. He didn't quite get hold of that one properly. That's a lovely way to get off the mark. The batsmen are coming back for 3. He's going to have to move here. Well played, but the fielder will cut that one off.
Bangladesh need to score at a faster run rate than this, or they'll struggle later on in the innings.
The Gurkha to begin a new over. The required run rate is looking more and more out of reach here. Confident appeal, and the umpire's given it. Khaled Mashood goes for only 3.
He'll probably have a close look at the replay of that when he gets back to the pavilion.
The next man in is Mushfiqur Rahman. The Gurkha gets his first wicket. Bangladesh are 6 down now for 28. Stopped by Laxman. The Gurkha to Mushfiqur Rahman. That's a lovely way to get off the mark. The Gurkha to Habibul Bashar. He didn't quite get hold of that one properly. The Gurkha at the start of his run-up. Confident appeal. The umpire's not moving on that one. A tricky decision, but the umpire says not out. 2 overs are left for Bangladesh. There's a change in the bowling for India. The required run rate is looking more and more out of reach here. He's worked that into the gap. That takes him into double figures. He's worked that into the gap. Clean bowled. Always a great sight for the bowler to see the batsman stump out of the ground.
Oh dear, you can't afford to put catches like that down.
Habibul Bashar makes his way back to the dressing room.
Well, they're through to the tail now and should tie up the innings quickly.
The next batsman is Mohammad Rafiq. Mohammad Rafiq takes his place at the crease. Mohammad Rafiq is off the mark. There's a mix-up with the batsman. Oh, that's close. The umpire's not moving on that one. The umpire didn't have to think too hard about that one. The batsmen are after 2. There's a mix-up with the batsman.
The run rate is rising all the time, so the batsmen need to increase their scoring rate.
There's a change in the bowling for India. The required run rate is looking more and more out of reach here. Stopped by Ganguly. Tendulkar to bowl to Mushfiqur Rahman. Hit straight to a fielder. That's wonderful bowling from Tendulkar.